There he is.
What's up, man? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing on this thing.
Me neither. You're doing better than I am. That's great.
What's up, dude?
Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to come and talk with me, dude. I really appreciate it.
Of course, man.
It's a high honor. So, what we're going to do is save this video chat and we'll plug it in at the Rugged Revival guys, and that'll go up in my little segment that I do with them. So they're based out of the UK,
Cool.
and maybe get you a little cross promotion over there.
That's what's up.
So you ready to talk a little fashion here?
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm just gonna make a little
Let's
tea.
You make some tea and we'll spill the tea at the same time.
That's great.
All right, so Mr. Cross,
Yeah,
tell me about your favorite on stage attire. What do you like to wear? What's your favorite outfit?
man. These days, I'm comfort.
Oh, did you get kicked out, Corey?
Are we back?
I think we're back.
Sorry about that.
we
You said
we
what's my favorite thing to wear right now? Like my
so
favorite stage?
so we lost you right as you're about to tell us about you being all about
Yeah.
comfort on stage.
Yeah. So these days, as in like the past few months, I've been way more about like comfortable denim, some
Okay.
t-shirts. Yeah, I to be honest, I've been wearing like, I was wearing like cowboy hats every time I played, and I like that. I like putting on a sort of like not a costume, but something flashy. It's show.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I like doing that. But these days, man, I've been like wearing a ball cap and a t-shirt.
Hmm.
For most of my shows. I mean, if there's something kind of special or really big or something like that, I have some people that I've had some like original work done. Like there's this one brand called Kennemer that's out of Austin,
Okay.
and then there's this and so they're amazing, and I mean they've done stuff for like Nikki Lane, and so they're great, but they've made me like this shirt with like rhinestones and frills and all sorts of stuff. And then there's another woman in Austin named Haley, and her handle is Texas Rhinestoner. And
Okay. I'll write
yeah,
that down.
she made me man this custom rhinestone like powder blue jacket that has the gates of heaven on the back with like doves like right here. Man, it's
Hmm.
beautiful. So I like wearing that kind of stuff, but these days, man, I'm more like jeans and a t-shirt. It's also so hot. I'm like covered in sweat just walking from my car to the doors of the venue. So these days I've been doing a lot of tank tops and jeans, man.
So that jacket, that's the one on the cover of your album, right? The most recent one?
Yeah, that was on the cover of There's More. Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's a fantastic album.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right. So you got comfort on stage. Now, are you
Yeah.
are you are you blurring those worlds into off stage as well? Like what do you like to wear like when you're kicking around the house?
Man, actually my wife and I were talking about this morning. She was asking me about the podcast, and I told her that you had sent me the questions. So we were
Yeah.
kind of going through the questions. And right now, like 90% of the stuff I wear is like has some sentimental value. So if I like today was my day off, for example. So
Yeah.
like, I actually wasn't wearing this. I had like a sweatshirt from Disneyland that I got, on this last Disneyland trip with my family. So stuff like that, or like caps. Like I'm wearing Sendero right now because I wanted to plug them because they're great. Um,
Sendero. Okay.
Sendero's great, but a lot of times, like I have so many caps, like baseball caps, and a lot of them are from like trips, or they remind me, just so a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff I wear right now, man. I always think about what I wear. I've always like thought about style and stuff, but
Hmm.
right now, most of what I wear is like, something that's kind of nostalgic.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. And that's a lot of the I try to wear shirts and hats from the bands that I've worked with, and even just in like the honky tonk hair machine thing that I do for bands. And my wife and I even talk about this where I'm trying to get to a point where I can boil down my wardrobe to just like legacy pieces, you
Sure.
know. I
Yeah.
want like a set of things, that's my thing, and that's what I got. But I'm a sucker for band merch, I see those
Totally.
cool hats. You posted that awesome pre-order for your new hat. I was on it. I was like, that's such a sick design. You got to get it. And having supported you for a while now as a fan,
Yeah.
you put out those patches. I had to get the patches, so on and so on. So yeah, I get the sentimental thing. That's super cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk boots. What are your favorite pair of boots? What do you got?
I wore Justin Ropers for the longest time because they were
Okay.
so comfortable. But I, for my wedding, I got my first pair of Tecovas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're ostrich skin. And
Hmm.
honestly, I mean, I wore them. I wore them for my wedding, and then they've been my like go-to boots for going out to eat or shows or whatever. And they're pretty comfortable too, man. I mean, obviously it's a cowboy boot, so it's got a higher heel. So it took a while to get used to them, but now they're really comfortable. And I also just got another pair of Tecovas that are like they're not suede, but they kind of look like suede. So it's something else,
Okay.
but it's kind of got
Yeah.
the soft texture. Uh,
Is that did you get those? You played an event recently. There was a restaurant opening. Was that at Takova's restaurant?
Dude, that was a Chili's bar and grill because
Nice.
Tecovas did a collab with Chili's, a, like a limited edition boot that's like I guess it's supposed to kind of look like the booths at a Chili's bar and grill. So and they're red, so it's got like red and some green. So
I
this was like
love it.
a party for that. But yeah,
Yeah,
Tecovas,
that's really cool.
yeah, I never thought I'd ever play a Chili's bar and grill.
Is that what inspired you to pick up a pair of Tacovas? Is that where you got those, or had you already had those?
No, I actually no, I just decided on them for my
Hmm.
and that's another thing, so now those are my favorite boots, not only because they look really cool and they're comfortable, but they were,
Yeah.
I wore them to my wedding. So I love stuff like that. I love how
Hmm.
clothes can,
Yep.
travel through time and you get real nostalgic and sentimental.
Someone's wanting you to fill them up with some blue margaritas. That's the jet black roses.
Cool.
All right, so that all sounds great. Yeah, yeah, I love ostrich boots. I like snakeskin boots. Once you get them broken in, man, they're like wearing socks. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so we talked about your ball caps. What about your favorite cowboy hat? What do you got?
I wore Stetson for a long time, and then I got a Resistol, a George Strait Resistol that
Yeah,
I'm wearing. But there's this brand that I just found. It's called I think it's called Two Roads. Can you look at? Do you know how to like?
yeah, two roads. They're cool.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I got a felt hat from them, and it's
Uh-huh.
it's cool, man. It looks Western. It's obviously like a Western hat, but it's got like a smaller brim, so
Hmm.
it looks a little more. I don't know, like maybe old school, maybe or yeah. But it's a nice hat. So Two Roads is they're probably
Sounds
my
like maybe that could sound like the Stetson Open Road, maybe like similar cut to that.
kind of, but more Western because I wore
Okay.
Roads for a while, and
Hmm.
yeah, they're great, but I do prefer something that looks a little more cowboy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I got you.
I liked that Two Roads hat that I got.
Yeah, I was following Two Roads for a little while there a couple years ago, and I bought one of their hats, and it almost looked too like cartoonish. I felt like the comic book The Shadow. That's
Yeah,
kind of what it felt like on my head. But yeah, they seem like they're getting some traction, more and more, and more folks like yourself seem to be leaning towards them. But I'm like you, man. I like Stetson. I have a Resistol. I like to go on eBay and buy like beat up hats and try to reshape them a little bit. Um, I failed a Cody Johnson Resistol. It still looks all banged up, but makes good decor.
That's cool. Oh, Kennemer, that brand I mentioned out of Austin, they do hats too. Yeah, and they do them like from scratch. It's kind of wild to see like the whole process. Just getting a raw piece of felt or whatever, and
Yeah.
it, it's very artistic. But yeah, Kennemer does really cool hats.
Dude, watching hat makers it's really cool, man. I would love to learn how to do it. I love Charlie Overbay's hats. He does a lot of the stuff for the shows and everything.
I don't know him.
He does Lone Hawk hats.
Mm.
I can send you a link. His stuff is fantastic. Those are legacy pieces. You'll have those your whole life. Um, it's one of those where you cry now and then enjoy it for the rest of your life, kind of thing.
I,
All right, so cool. We got clothes. When you're on the road,
yeah,
what kind of hair products and maybe even skincare products you like to take with you on the road?
yeah. Uh, I mean, whatever saves space. I've been using the same face wash, CeraVe face wash forever.
Mhm.
That works, for me. Also, like just a $2 bar of Dove soap really works
Yeah,
well on my face. My face like well. And then hair stuff. Dude, I use a lot of dry shampoo because
yeah.
you can't shower, and my hair's kind of long, so if it gets
Mhm.
sitting in a car for 20 hours, um, yeah.
Yeah, you got like the feathered look, the kicked out. Do you ever use any like hair powder or texture powder?
No, pretty much never. The only stuff I put in my hair is yeah, dry shampoo, and then I have a couple like light hold pastes. If like to go out to dinner or something. If I'm not gonna wear a hat, and I just slick it back, man. It's like
Yeah.
my just slick it back.
Dude, I'm with you, man. If I use anything that's meant to wash your face and it'll mess me all up.
Yeah,
I gotta keep it simple, just like you're saying, like find the bar of soap from the bottom of the tub and just
yeah.
go at it. So do you use the same products when you're at the house, or do you use like maybe higher end stuff when you're at home?
My wife has some cleaners and moisturizers that I use when I'm
Mhm.
or when she comes on the road with me. But if it's just me, it's CeraVe face wash, and that's about it.
Did we just tattle on you by accident? Is she not supposed to know that?
Uh,
He's not dipping into your stuff. Don't worry.
she,
All right. So growing up, I think we all have different points of inspiration as we grow up. Like, for myself, my first style inspiration were the Ramones, and then later as a teen, the punk scene, it was like the Casualties and things like that. So when you think back, who were some of your first style inspirations? You saw somebody, you're like, I want to pull from that as much as I can.
Yeah, man. I've honestly been kind of like obsessed with clothes since I was like in like fourth grade, fourth or fifth grade. Like I remember going on a Disney World trip with my family when I was in like fifth or sixth grade, and we were like getting merch, and I wanted to get the hat that said Dopey on it just because
Yeah.
it kind of like dope, and I was like dope. So like when I was in middle school, it was a lot of what I saw in like music videos. You remember music videos when you could just
Oh yeah.
it would just be constant. So yeah, I was also huge into skateboarding. So I think that was like my biggest like flash for like, okay, this is the character that I'm putting on. With like
Yeah.
sporting guy, baggy jeans, DC shoes, all that stuff.
Mhm.
And it really after that, it always had to do with the music that I was listening to. You
Right.
know, so when I was in eighth grade, kind of like you, I was into like punk punk music.
Mhm.
It was like pop punk, so it was like No Effects and Rancid and
Yep.
those guys. So I literally had like red Chuck Taylors that I drew all over.
That's right.
I bleached my hair because there was this band MXPX that I really liked, and
Oh yeah.
I had bleached hair, so I bleached my hair. And I remember going to sleep with rubber bands in my hair so I could do the Liberty spikes.
Awesome. Well, that's like, when you're building a look, there's a way to put it together and it not feel costumey.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you see somebody and it's like, well, it looks like you're literally wearing a costume and it should flow seamless and it should fit you and it should look put together. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think we're about the same age. So yeah, I remember seeing MXPX. What's my responsibility, and you see those guys. Even if it wasn't even necessarily my type of music, I could still see it and say, "Oh, I like the way they look." Like the twin brothers in Good Charlotte. Those guys always had a good look and that kind of thing. And then I think when I saw Steve Earle, Copperhead Road, he kind of had that heavy metal meets Western thing going on. And it just, you know,
Yeah, man.
and then and some of those guys like the '80s hair metal guys always had a little bit of like a Western with the boots and the jeans and the long hair. Um, yeah, man, that all sounds great. So listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm having fun talking to you. I think we could talk all day. But let's cap this off. You've got some stuff coming up. Is there anything you want to plug real quick before we call it a day?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. I have a new album coming out in like 3 weeks. It comes out September 5th, I think.
Okay.
And we're doing an album release show at the Post in Fort Worth. That's on September 6th.
All right.
That's at
And that's the one that you've been posting with the flyer with the chrome to it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, that flyer is pretty boss. That looks so sick.
Yeah, that's a buddy of mine, Russell. Out of yeah, he does those. He does a lot of my graphics, a lot of those graphics. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get you out here in the DC area soon, and sooner than later. And like I said, man, I really appreciate you coming to hang for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And let's do it again sometime, brother.
Okay, man. Thanks for having me.
Bye, buddy.